Dragonslayers rescue mission. Squad Sparkle on the move. Search date 12/4. Frostmane woke up slowly to the violent hum of offensive magic. The last thing she remembered was the hoof striking the side of her head just before the bullet would have taken her face off. After that, everything was dark. The captain of Squad Sparkle cracked one eye open, her head pounding as if an Ursa Major had used it as a punching ball. She lay a few hoofs away from the spot she was last in. Further in the storage chamber, Frostmane spotted two figures fighting each other. She felt exhausted and her hoof reached towards her belt, expecting to find a small emergency pouch of magical feed. It was gone. "Luna must have taken it," Frostmane muttered, cursing at the massive magical capacity of her godmother. One lick would have restored her magic, yet her godmother had taken all of it so she could fight. Frostmane was doomed to watch her godmother fight, feeling too exhausted to even struggle to her hoofs. Luna concentrated on her blade of magical energy. She had gulped down Frostmane's entire stash of feed in addition to taking as much of her energy as she could without endangering her life. Still, her magical storage was not even half full. Normally she would not have attempted to fight Chrysalis in her state, but she could not fall back now and gather her strength. If she did that, her goddaughter would die for sure. She had failed to come to the aid of one of her family members once. She had been too late to stop Chrysalis from stomping Celestia's neck. Not this time. Never again. Luna's silvery blade smashed into Chrysalis's green one. The two locked against each other while their wielders clashed their horns against each other. Luna's eyes began to glow white as she saw the fear and hurt in Chrysalis's eyes. At the beginning of the fight, she had spouted the occasional witty comment, until Luna had cut off her wings. After that, the Changeling Queen had realized that, even though Luna was weakened, she could still hurt her if she underestimated the Princess of the Night. Both of them jumped backwards, getting their blades ready for another attack. Luna drew some more curse magic into herself, feeling the curse tug at her very identity. Using the small extra boost, she summoned Frostmane's combat knife. Luna knew that she had to end this fight quickly, as she charged at the Changeling Queen once more. Her silvery blade kept her opponent's green one at bay. In terms of single-bladed combat, the two of them were equally matched. Rarely did either of them manage to cut the other, but when they did, they made it count. Luna's magical blade slammed against Chrysalis's again and again. The latter may have had more magical energy, but the former didn't give her time to focus on any spell. To do so, she would have to release her magical blade, which would result in her immediate disposal. Unless... Chrysalis jumped back once more, releasing her magical blade. In a flash of green light, she disappeared. Luna didn't move as Chrysalis reappeared behind her. Yet the Changeling Queen did not strike. Her horn may have glowed briefly, but her magic fizzled away as her focus broke. Chrysalis's green eyes wandered downwards. Her mouth worked, but no words came out as her gaze fell upon the knife buried in her throat. "You know, I can tell that most of your technique is something you developed to fight me. I knew I had no chance if we had started exchanging spells. That's why I forced you into close combat. Cutting off your wings was to keep you on the ground. You couldn't focus due to my attacks. That moment when I saw the fear in your eyes, I knew you would try something sneaky. Then, when you released your blade, I brought the knife I had summoned to bear. You teleported behind me, like I predicted you would. I am surprised you fell for it." Luna elaborated as she turned around to face the slumping queen. Her hoofs grabbed Chrysalis's head, tears forming in her eyes. The queen's eyes widened as Luna's muscles tensed. A moment later the swarm was without a ruler as her head was crushed between the alicorn's hooves. Okay, Luna has finally taken her revenge. She has finally killed Queen Chrysalis. For those of you who might wonder why she hadn't used such tactics before to do so, let me explain. Whenever Luna had hunted down Chrysalis, Chrysalis was not alone. There were always changelings nearby. So she never only fought Chrysalis, but also her changelings. When she was captured, she didn't only have to fight Chrysalis, the changelings, but she also had to fight the griffins. That was just too much for her. So basically, yeah, in a one-on-one duel, Luna could have done this all along. Yet Chrysalis was never alone with her until that moment. What would really interest me, what you think about it, at least? What do you think about, Luna's battle tactics? She had that fight planned out. She forced Chrysalis into close combat with a magical blade, so that the queen could not focus on any spell. She then focused her attacks on Chrysalis's wings, so Chrysalis could not fly off. And after Chrysalis teleported, she used the knife she had summoned from Frostmane's belt to, stab her in the throat. I think you could say that this clearly shows that Luna has some kind of combat training. And Chrysalis only had the advantage towards her whenever her changelings were around, but in a one-on-one fight, as you could see, she doesn't stand a chance. Sincerely yours, Visual Pony, and I would like to hear your opinion on this.